Shopping with Dad by Matt Harvey and Miriam Lattimore. My mom made a list and she gave it to us, to me and my dad, and we went on the bus. We got off the bus at the stop by the shop. Dad found us a cart, and then, whoosh, we're off. Dad gave me the list and the pencil to hold, and he said, if you're a good kid and you do as you're told, you can cross out the things from the list. Hey, wait! I'd already started, so he was too late. That was silly, he said. Now it's quite hard to read. This list tells me all the things that we need. He read it and laughed and said, listen to this. Your mom's put some very strange things on this list. Weather bread, danger jam, evergreen eggs, octopus underpants, spider's legs, well-behaved daughter water, extra clean germs. I laughed and asked, does it have normal things too? It does, said my dad. Now here's what we'll do. But I didn't listen because I was excited, because Mommy was funny and I was delighted. So I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. I ran and I ran and bumped into a man who was stacking up cans at the end of the aisle, who said, whoa there, and steady, and gave me a smile. I said, I'm very sorry. I thought this was best, because I knew my dad was getting quite stressed. And he was. He said, stop. He said, give it a rest. So I stopped, and I stopped, and I sat, and I stopped. I sat there nonstop. I sat there and sat, and I didn't starting at all, in fact. I sat till I couldn't be still anymore. I was sitting so still, it was making me sore. It was making me feel that I couldn't quite breathe. It was making me sweat. It was making me sneeze. And the sneezing feeling, it built up inside. And I just couldn't stop it. I tried, and I tried, and I tried every non-sneezing thing I could do. But, chew! That sneeze was fantastic. It made my dad jump, and his jump gave the woman beside him a bump. And she went, argh, and swung around in alarm, and her back hit a woman who jogged a man's arm. And he nudged a lady who knocked someone else, and then the knock got passed down to the end of the shelf, till the last person bashed the big stick the man built, which juddered and jiggled and started to tilt. And the man who'd been stacking turned slowly around to see his work fall smash, bang, crash to the ground. Smash, bang, bong, crash, ping, wallop, clunk, clunk to the floor. And everyone gasped, and one woman swore, mercy. The loud, angry voice said, what's happening here? And I thought, uh-oh. And my dad said, oh dear. It was him. No, it wasn't. It was. That's not fair. She pushed me. He shoved me. Did not. It was her. Then the woman my daddy had bumped on the arm, the one who said, arr, and swung around in alarm, she pointed her finger and she said, it was him. And they stared at my dad, and my dad scratched his chin, and my dad scratched his nose, and my dad scratched his head. But it wasn't his fault. It's his fault, I said. It was mine. It was me. I sneezed. I sort of exploded as if I was loaded. With a great big wet shout, then my voice faded out. They looked at me hard, so I held on to my dad, who looked 20 proud and a quarter past sad. And he winked at me once, and I looked in his face, and I saw in his eyes the hint of a trace of laughter, soft laughter that couldn't come out. And he said to the man who started to shout, "Shh." And he said to the people who gave us hard looks, with a very slight shrug of a shoulder, "Oops. Accidents happen. It's always a shame. But when push comes to shove, there's no one to blame." Then my dad, he got down on his knees in the store, and he started to pick all the cans off the floor. The woman knelt too. She said, "Right, you're not wrong." Then everyone joined us. It didn't take long. Dad stood up and stretched and said, "That wasn't hard." So we finished our shopping. He paid with his card. We went home. Mom gave us a hug and a kiss. She said, "Did you get all of the things on the list?" Dad told her what happened. He made it sound fun. And she laughed and said, "Very well done."